Hello, Stampers. Sorry I'm a couple minutes late. I had some lighting issues, so hopefully I have them fixed now. It is December 29th, and I am Jennifer Kirk. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Guelph, Ontario, and I thought that I would share with you these dies. So this is a bundle. It's part of a mega suite, actually, so there's another bundle that coordinates with this. And when I opened it up, I was like, oh, this looks really intimidating. What the heck do I do with all of these parts? So I'm going to show you tonight because it's not intimidating and it's really cool with what you can do. So these ones here, the ones that are empty, these actually cut out the stamped images, okay? So you can cut out the buds, you can cut out the big tulips, you can cut out the half-open tulips, you can cut out this little squiggly thing, which I'm not sure exactly what that is for yet. You can cut out the leaves, and you can cut out the stem. But there's a whole bunch of other dies in here that are like, oh, what do I do with these? So I'm going to show you tonight. It's really cool and really easy. We're going to make this card tonight. So it's a book fold. And it's featuring the DSP that comes with the suite. It also has the ribbon that's in the suite and the embellishments. So you get to see a little bit of, quite a bit that's in that product suite. I can't show you that suite until January 4th. I can't open up the catalog. We're not allowed to share that. But I can show it to you on the camera. So just give me 1 second. I'm just getting signed up here. If you are watching me, please leave a comment so I know you're here and that I know my machine is working. All right, so let's look at, what do we want to look at first? Let's look at the dies, okay? So these dies are, let me move all this stuff out of the way. I got to put it somewhere where I can find it. They look pretty intimidating. There's lots of dies, and what are these for? So basically, you can make a bunch of different tulips. So can you guys see this? I'm going to move it down. I'm trying to let Facebook catch up. Okay, so this die here is this one. Okay, this one here is this one. This one you get 3 of, which is good because pretty well every card uses that guy. This one is the bud. Okay, so it will make with this and with this, it will make this bud. So do you see how they go? When you die cut these, they're actually little folds on them, so you can see the folds. And all you do is kind of play. So all I did was I cut a whole bunch of these out in all different colors, all kind of matching purples. Other than this one, all of these show you what the pieces are. So this one, I didn't coordinate the colors because I wasn't that smart when I started. But all of these ones show you the coordinated colors. So this funny looking guy here is the background, and that you fold it over and the 2 sides fold in. So here is this one cut out, and I don't know, I'm going to lift this up to the camera. I don't know if you can see the very faint, there's very faint embossing on here. And all you do is fold it, and you've got the outside of a tulip. Isn't that cool? Like how simple. Cut one piece out and you've got the outside of the tulip. Then if we come, which one am I doing? I'm doing this one. Then if we cut out the V, okay, here's the V, and we just stick it in. Look at that. And then we cut out one of these little funny little guys the single leaf. I can't even pick it up. My fingers aren't working. And shove it down in there. See how simple that is? So it looks really intimidating, but once you start playing with it, it's not. And you can make some really cool, pretty flowers. So we're going to do that tonight. This is a really good kind of guide. I don't know if this is the right way to do it. This is the way that works for me. I just sat down one day and just played, and I just cut a whole bunch of things out, and I made flowers. And so this one I've used 4 pieces. So I used one of these in the back and one in the front with the little V, and then the front fold. This one I just did it with 2, so I just did the V and one little purple one. And you see all the different like here's just a bud that you can do. So it's simply this guy folded over and with one of the little guys in the middle. And then this one, I don't know, this one is kind of a weird one. It's probably not supposed to go this way, but you know. So what I did was a tulip that's just opening. So it still kind of has the bud, but it has the outer leaves have opened. So there's so many different things that you can do with this die set. And you use DSP, you can do some sponging, you can do some coloring, you can get a lot of depth and a lot of variability. It's actually a really awesome set. This part down here, so to be honest, I do not know what this little squiggly thing is. You can see this cuts out this, okay? I think it's for the bottom of your tulip, but I don't know for sure. So if somebody knows what it's for, please let me know. I can't find it. We have 2 different size stems that we can cut out. One is very thin. This thicker one coordinates with the stamp set. And then we have 2 different size leaves, okay? Now, we also have a couple of other kind of unique dies in this set. Sorry, I haven't even been looking. Hey, Krista. Hey, Linda. Hey, Karen. How are you guys? Hope you're doing well. All right. So we have a couple of, and I haven't cleaned out my die. We have a couple of unique stamps here. So this one just kind of does a neat little texture. Okay, so you can just, I'll show you a card in a second that uses that. And then we have this really cool border die. Okay, so those are the dies that come with this stamp set. This stamp set is awesome for beginners. It has lots of fonts, some really cool fonts. So you can do birthdays, you can do Mother's Day, you can do thank you, you can just do just thinking of you, love you. So it's a really good one for beginners. It is a 2-step. I'll show you how to do the 2-step in a minute when we get to the card. All right, so I said I would show you what this thing looks like because it's kind of different. So here's a card that I did, I think last week, and this shows it. So it basically provides texture to your background, and you can have another color kind of pop through it. So this is the card that I made last week, and I used that die there. So that just shows you how it can be used. All right, so let's put all of this stuff to the side. I hope you guys are doing awesome. This bundle is the bundle that we are featuring in our February stamp camp. So we are doing a Flowering Tulips Winter Escape. There's 2 other demonstrator friends that we have gotten together, and we're going to do a stamp camp. So what a stamp camp is we get together online, so everything is virtual, especially given, you know, current situations. In Canada anyway, in-person gatherings above 10 people are not permitted. And that's likely going to change soon to be even less than that. So this is virtual. It's comfort of your own home. The stamp camp, the cost is $85. We will spend 4 hours stamping together and making 9 projects. The stamp set is included. Now, if you already have this stamp set, if you're a demonstrator, because only demonstrators can have it right now. If you already have the stamp set, or if you have another tulip one, like the Timeless Tulips, and you don't want another tulip, our cards will actually work with that one. So what you would do then is you would tell us what other stamp set you would want up to a value of $32, and we'll include that in your goodie bag for the stamp camp. So the stamp camp, we get together for 4 hours over Zoom. We do 9 projects. There are giveaways, there are gifts, there are prizes. You'll get little gifts in your package, and it is just a fun time to get together and create and make cool things. All right. So the other thing is if you do register, and I will put the link below. If you do register before January 1st, then you're going to get an extra ballot in the door prize. Okay. So if you register by or before January 1st, you will get an extra ballot for the door prize. Awesome. Hey, Michelle, how's it going? Okay, so that's that. If you have any questions about the stamp camp, let me know. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you'll be really excited with the cards that we're going to make. Okay, so let me put this off to the side, and let's get stamping. So this is a little bit of a fun fold. It's a very simple fun fold. I think it's called a book fold. I can't remember. It was so long ago that I did my first one. But essentially, it's a normal card, but we seal this part here, so it's only part of it flips open. So this is kind of like a book binding. Okay, so we're gonna make this tonight. So let me quickly, I will show you the DSP. I've been using a lot of it, so I don't have full sheets left, but the DSP that goes with this bundle and goes with the Mega Suite is gorgeous, and you can do so many different things with it. So here's one. Lots of cheer, lots of, upside down, lots of happy colors. Love it, just love it. And that's one. This is the one we're using tonight. And then on the back side is just some really cool generic designs. Okay, so that's the DSP, goes with the suite. Love it, love it, love it. You're gonna want your hands on it, trust me. Okay, so what do we need for tonight? So we need a piece of pumpkin pie cardstock. This is just half of a normal sheet cut in half. So the dimensions are 5.5 by 8.5, and we're gonna score this. Of course, I put my DSP on my scoring tool, so just give me 1 second to get organized. I should have probably turned I have one of those wax melters on. I probably should have turned it off while I'm doing this, because knowing me, I'll put something against it and I'll have a fire. All right. Okay, where am I? So what we want to do is score it. So Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer has a cutting blade and it has a scoring blade. So we want to score. We want to score this at 4 1/4. So there's 4, 4 1/4. So I'm going to give it a score, and we want to score it at 5.5. Okay. So that's our card. So all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to fold it right in half, and I'm just going to give that a little burnish with my finger. I actually have my bone folder available right now because we will need it. Okay, so that's all we need to do, and then it's just a matter of putting this together. So I am going to fold this one back over this way because that's the way we're going to want it to open. Okay, and I'm going to take out my adhesive and I'm going to just stick this together. So I'm going to put adhesive, might help if I took the lid off, on this side. And we are going to just stick this little flap down, okay? So you can see I only put adhesive between the score marks, and then we're just going to fold it, and that makes our little fold. Simple. So for those of you that know me, you know that I like to use liquid glue because I can never get anything straight. So I've cut a little piece. I've done all the pre-cutting before, so you don't have to watch me cut and measure. But this piece of DSP is 1 inch by 5 1/4, and we are going to glue this to a piece of evening evergreen cardstock, which measures 1 1/4 by 5 3/8. So it's just a smidgen bigger than the DSP. And then that is going to go right here. Okay, so we can go ahead and let's put that together because that's 2 less pieces that I can lose. So I'm just using our multi-purpose glue. A little of this goes a long way. I like it because it gives me, see how I put it on? It's not straight. Nothing I do is straight. So it gives me a couple of seconds before it actually adheres to straighten it. So I make a mess with it. I get glue everywhere, but I do like our multi-purpose glue. And then all we're gonna do is we're gonna stick that down there. Look at these colors, like, isn't it gorgeous? Oh, love it, love it. Hey Martine, how are you? Hey Laurel. They are lovely colors, Martine. They're just so bold and cheery together. Like, I just love it. I have pieces of paper everywhere. So I'm on holidays still. I am just loving playing. So as a demonstrator, one of the advantages of being a demonstrator is you get to pre-order. So I've been playing with all of my new stuff. I just realized my burn from before Christmas is looking pretty nasty. So I have been spending my holidays playing. It's so much fun. I need to retire. That's what I need to do. Okay, so the other 2 pieces that I have here, I have another piece of evening evergreen. This is, and I'll put all these dimensions in the bottom of the post so you don't have to worry about writing them down. This is 5 3/8 by 2 7/8 with a piece of basic white, which is 5 1/4 and 2 3/4. So this is going to make the front of our card, okay? But before I glue it down, I want to be able to stamp the sentiment down here, because if I mess up the stamping after I've glued it, then it's going to make a mess of my card. If I mess up the stamping before I glue it, then I can just flip it over and I have a new side. Okay, so you do want to stamp before you glue. These are the colors that, oh, I got messy. These are the colors that we're using tonight. We're using Pumpkin Pie, Pale Papaya, Cajun Craze, and Soft Succulent. So I am going to take out my Pumpkin Pie. Hey Sandy, how's it going? Hey Heather. Oh, I'm so glad you like it. So these are our photopolymer stamps, okay? So they are different than our red rubber. I'm just trying to look around to see if I have a red rubber stamp anywhere nearby to show you the difference. Okay, here's one. This is a celebration one that I was playing with today. It was really cute. So you can see the difference in here. This has a little spongy thing, so you can get a really good imprint. Our photopolymer stamps don't have that sponge, okay? But these are really good for doing two-stepping, which is what I'm going to show you in a little bit. But to get a really good image, it's often good to put something to give it a little bit of cushion underneath. So I'm going to stick my foam pad underneath. And I'm going to ink up. So to ink up, I'm just going to dab around just lightly. You don't want to push it too hard in. And I'm just going to come straight down, straight up. And I'm going to do this in the corner. So straight down, push, straight up. There. Easy. Easy peasy. Okay. So Now we can glue this together because that's all the stamping that we're going to do on the front of the card. So I'm going to glue this together and glue it on the front, and then we can start playing with our tulips. Do you see this? My friend Laurel made this. Isn't this cool? So I think she got, and she was watching today. I don't know if she's still with us. I think she got tired of me doing this with my glue every video, trying to get enough down. So this is just your tide topping with some hot liquid glue, and she glued the top down for me, and now I have a glue stand. It keeps all the glue at the bottom, which is the side I use, and it's awesome. Now you can buy some fancy dancy ones off of Amazon or some other place, but why not reuse and recycle? That's awesome. Okay, so there's our panel. Let's assemble our flowers. So a couple little tricks here. We're going to do two, okay? So we're going to do this one is going to be this guy. Okay, so let's do this one first. A couple of tricks. So to make this one, these are the 3 pieces that we need. Okay. As I said, we've got some score lines that you probably can't see on the video, but you will see them when you cut them out. Now we could just do it just like this and glue it down. Or we could take our bone folder and we could add a very gentle, you know how you do paper curling? You have to be very gentle because of the crease mark here it will rip very easily. So I typically hold on to the crease, and I'm just giving this a really gentle curl, very gentle. You don't need a lot. But now when you fold this over, do you see how it makes it kind of 3D-ish? Isn't that neat? So to put this together, I am going to stick this V down. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back, and I'm just going to stick it just like that, okay? I'm going to attach the bottom of this at the very end. So the first thing I'm going to do after curling is put a tiny, again, I like the liquid glue because I can wiggle. It gives me a little bit of time. And you see how much glue I have there? It's very little, okay? You don't need a lot. I like to close these so that I can see what the flower is going to look like. And I got a glue goober there. And then I'm just going to press it down and I'm just going to hold it. You were tired of doing that too, eh, Laurel? I love my glue holder that you made me. I so appreciate it. So that's that. So that's glued down. Now we're going to take this little guy and we're just going to put it right in the middle. Okay, and you can use cardstock, you can use DSP, you can stamp these, you can make designs, you can emboss them. There are so many things that you could do to make each flower unique. In this one, I'm using DSP. So I'm using actually 3 different DSPs that all kind of coordinate. I'll show you them in a second. So I just put a little bit of glue on the middle piece and I'm just holding it down right in the middle. Now we're ready to close our tulip. Isn't that neat? So if you want to give it a little bit more of a curl, I think this side I need a little bit more of a curl. I'm going to hold it again and I'm just going to give it a little, you know how we used to do ribbons or still do ribbons? And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little glue dot right at the bottom of that base to hold it down. Okay, so let me get out my glue dots. Let me get out my take a pick. I need water. I am so dehydrated. I think I forgot to drink today because I was playing. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue dot here and I'm going to make it a little kind of glue dot snot is what Lena calls them. So I just took a glue dot and I kind of squished it up so it's a little bit smaller than what it normally would be, and I'm just going to pinch it down. And so by doing that, I get a little bit of a curl, a little bit of a 3D, and it's not punched down tight. Okay, so that's one flower. See how easy that is? let's do the second flower. So this one is, again, we're going to use 3 pieces, but this base is a little bit different. So this base only has 1 fold. Can you see that? I don't know if it'll show up because the paper is so light and the score line is so light, but the score line is right here. So if I just kind of fold it over, and do you see? It just makes a base. Isn't that cool? And again, you take your little V piece, you stick it in the back, you line up the parts that you want to line up, you stick this one in the middle, and there's your tulip. See how easy it is? It looks so complicated when you get the dies, but it is not, and they are gorgeous. Love them. I am having so much fun playing with these. So again, I'm just going to give it a little curl. I'm not going to curl this one because it's going to be hard for me to get in there to curl it. I'm going to give this one a different, I went the wrong way. There we go. Okay. So again, a little bit of glue on the back end of this one. See this DSP? I gotta show you. This is a celebration. This is a free DSP. It is called Daffodil Afternoon. It is one that will be offered as a celebration reward in January. So just let me, I can't multitask here. So in January, we have promotions starting called Celebration, for those of you that are new to Stampin' Up, that when you spend $60 or more before tax and shipping, you get to pick a free item from the Celebration brochure for absolutely free. And there's stamps, there's paper, and it just gets added to your order. Like, how cool is that? Free stuff in January. Woohoo! Okay, and now all I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this down. So I do want the bottom here to be hidden. So I do want to make sure that I get that bottom lined up properly. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue down here and down here just to hold it. But you see how the curling, it just makes it a little bit three-dimensional. I don't know if you guys can you guys see that? So the tulip leaves are from the Daffodil DSP. The tulip leaves. I don't understand, Laurel. The tulip leaves are from... Oh, from this? Yes. I will show you the DSP that I used. I missed that part. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue here. You don't need a lot. Tiny bit of glue here. Okay. And then I'm going to direct that bottom down so it's where I want it. I'm going to pinch it, and I'm going to pinch the bottom where I put the glue. And I'm just going to hold that for a second. Okay, so the DSP that I'm using here actually comes from 3 different sets, all from the new catalog. So this one, which is the outside, is actually from the New Horizons DSP. This paper is gorgeous. It looks funny here. Wait, I haven't played with this yet, but when I play with it, I will show you some really stunning cards from this DSP. This DSP is amazing. It's called New Horizons. So I wanted the orange and like the pumpkin and the pale papaya for this card to match with the DSP. So I used this one. So that's the one. This brighter piece here in the middle is the back side of this one. So that's that. And the other side of our 2-sided DSP is this pattern. And then the polka dots, which is the part that I used in the back for the V. This is actually from the Daffodil Afternoon DSP, which is a free DSP in the Celebration catalog. And I will play with that a little bit later, not tonight, and we'll show you some of the paper and the cards that you can make with it. Okay, and all of that, so this is free with a $60 order come January 4th. Woohoo! I love free stuff. All right. So now we are ready to put our daffodils together on the front. So we can have two different stems. Okay, we can have a really skinny one or we can have a thick one. I didn't like the thick one on this card. I thought the thin ones looked nicer. So I actually cut out two thin ones. So we're going to place those. And then I need your help because I could not decide. So on this card, I just did this is soft succulent. I just cut them out plain. Okay. What I did here, and I thought it was missing a little bit. So what I did here was I took the stamp and I stamped in soft succulent. So I have the tone on tone. And I was wondering, does that work? The other option I had was to take the leaves and I just embossed them, and I used what is it called? Strips and something. It's a new embossing folder. I forget the name. Anyone help me? Anyone can help me? I think I like the stamped ones, but what do you guys like? Do you like the stamped or do you like the textured? Let's do textured. This is how I do my cards. I sit here and I go, okay, what about this? What about that? What about this? And then I never get anything done. Okay, so textured or stamped? I like the stamped. I don't know. What do you guys think? Anyone else? Stripes and splatters. Thank you, Sandy. You like the stamp too, Karen? Okay, let's go with the stamped. So what we want to do then is we want to place the stems. So if this one is too long, all you do is stick your flower on top, right? So I basically want them to come together. We can cross them or we can keep them flat. The big trick is not covering your sentiment with the leaves. So let's do that. Does that work? What do you think? I think that works. Okay. Obviously, I'm not going to stick that one there. I'm going to stick that one up like that. Looks good? Okay. So, and of course, I don't have my, oh, I do, my silicone mat. When you're doing fine gluing like this, you don't want glue. For those of you that have never seen me stamp, I get glue everywhere. I get glue in my hair. I get glue in my hands. These things are my lifesaver because then I don't get glue all over my project. So what I want to do is, especially when I'm doing thin stuff, is I want to glue on here because the silicone mat will protect my work surface and nothing will stick to it. Okay. So let's stick this down. Because I have very little glue on here, I am just going to hold it for a second and I'm just going to let the glue remember that it's supposed to stick. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Just put very little glue. You don't want to, if you put too much glue, you will get your glue seeping out of the sides and it'll be really yucky. Okay. So again, I'm just going to hold it so the glue has a chance to adhere to the paper. All right. Okay, now let's figure out these leaves. Now we can have a little bit, because this is, let me move these guys. Because this is going to be going here, I got stuff everywhere. We can have a little bit hanging off, but not too much because you don't want it to interfere with being able to open the card, okay? So we do need this to be kind of along the seam as much as we possibly can. So I think, see, I got glue everywhere. I think I'm going to stick it right there. Okay, I'm keeping all of this flat. You could pop it up if you wanted to, but I'm just keeping it flat because, you know, Canada Post, if you get it too thick, they charge you an arm and a leg. All right, and then I'm going to take this one and I'm just going to stick it just right up like that. So it's perfect. It doesn't interfere with my sentiment. Okay, and then all we have to do is stick these guys on right there. Isn't that cute? See how easy that is? Like, when I opened up these dies, I was like, oh my goodness, how do I do this? But they are not hard. You just have to play and play with different colors, play with different textures. They are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. And then we are ready. Let me move this so I can glue it all in my card to glue that to the front. Isn't that cute? Yay. We are almost done, guys. Can you believe that? I'm sorry. Is that just a piece of foam? Yes, this is, we have these as, what are these called? Like pierce mats, but it is just a piece of closed cell foam. Stamping Up, so we sell them. If you're doing any kind of puncture, you can see I've been puncturing holes on it. So I use it for that, but I also use it just as a stamping platform for our clear stamps. It's perfect. All right. There we go. Just gonna glue it down. There's the front of our card. We have a couple embellishments to do, but let's keep going onto the inside. So here's another piece of basic white. It's the same size as this one here, which was, let me see if I can remember, 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. I couldn't remember. I cheated. I have them written down. Okay, and so on this one, we can do the same thing. We're just going to stamp a flower in the corner and then a sentiment. So this is our 2-step stamping. So, and of course, I only have one of the flowers out. That helps. It's kind of hard to do 2-step stamping with only one flower, right? Let's get another thing out. You can see my stamps are well loved. I have been using, dog fur, Milo fur. Sorry, Karen, I'm concentrating on the card. I'm not watching the comments very well, and I'm talking way too much, so I am going to get a drink of water. Pardon me while I drink. Okay, so these are our 2-step stamps. I don't know if you can see. This one is kind of an outline, and this one is more filling in. Okay, I'm going to do it on the side here so you can see what it looks like. So I'm going to take my dark color first on, and I'm going to ink it up, and I'm going to just stamp it down. Okay, doesn't matter where. Oh, I got to re-ink my pumpkin pie. You see the different gradients there? Okay, re-ink my pumpkin pie. And then I'm going to take my pale papaya with the other stamp. Before I ink it up, I'm going to show you how to line it up. So, do you see the center part here? I line up the center part and the top kind of, see this part here that kind of goes like this? So I line those two up with my eyes, and I line the center up. And when you ink it, okay, so I'm lining up the top, lining up the center, bring it down, and you see you get the two-tone. Isn't that cool? So this is what we call 2-step stamping. So I'm going to do that. So I always, some people do the lighter color first. I like the darker color first because it helps me to know where I'm doing it. So I'm going to kind of stick that right here. So because my pumpkin pie needs to be re-inked, I'm going to go around the outsides because I tend to stamp in the middle. And I can just see that I need more ink. All right, so I'm going to stick this guy right here. Oh, Okay, really bad ink job there, Jen. I need to get my inker out. Okay, and then I'm going to take my lighter one, my fill-in one, with my pale papaya. So I'm just going to ink it up, line it up, and stick her down. So again, I lined up the little part there, and I lined up the center part. Isn't that pretty? So easy. Okay, and then we have these little doohickey things. Where is it? I put it on. Oh, I lost a stamp. Uh-oh. All right. If you were a little stamp, where would you go? I put it on a block, and now I've lost the block. So we have a little fuzzy guy. Okay, we'll just have to do without it because I don't know where it is. Okay, so this little guy here, I put it on a block before the video, and now I can't find the block. So hopefully it'll turn up. But I would do this little fuzzy guy in Cajun Craze right in the middle, and it'll give you the oh my goodness, my brain. I'm a biologist and I can't remember. The stipples and the pestils to go in the middle. I'm all flustered because I can't find the stamp. Uh-oh, I've lost a stamp. That's not good. Okay, it'll turn up. Don't stress. All right, so let's go, and we're going to do the stem in, I'm going to do it in Pear Pizzazz. Or which color did I do? I didn't do Pear Pizzazz on this one. I did Soft Succulent. So let's take out the Soft Succulent. Laurel, I might be coming and getting that middle piece from you. I don't know where it went. I'll have to check my garbage. Okay, because it's such a tiny stamp. So I just inked up, and I'm just going to bring the stem coming. So because it's photopolymer, I can see where it connects. So I can get it right lined up perfectly. And then I just need, I'm going to just do the top of the leaf here. I don't need the whole leaf. And I'm just going to bring the top of the leaf in just like that. There we go. Have you guys lost stamps before? Oh, makes you, it'll turn up, right? Okay. I might just have to buy a new one. So now we just need a sentiment. So I'm just going to say, no one deserves a happier birthday than you. I am going to do that in Pumpkin Pie. And come anytime. Oh, thank you, Laurel. It's a good thing you live around the corner, right? All right, let's see if I can get this inked evenly, considering I need to re-ink. If I had my re-inker available, I would show you how to re-ink, but I would have to dig it out. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this right about here. There we are. We got, because of my need for re-inking, we get like an ombre effect, which is kind of cool in itself, right? Yay. All right. So we can glue that on the inside, and we're just, all we need to do now, guys, is embellish, and then we are finished. Isn't this a bright and cheery card? Isn't that what we need right now with kind of the state? So I am missing the little guys in there. It's kind of a worry because my ink pad is here. My block is there, but there's no stamp on it. All right, it's stuck to something. I will find it. Okay, what do we need? We need some ribbon. So this is part of the Mega Bundle, and it is Evening Evergreen. And look at how cute it is. So we're just going to tie a little bow here. And I hate doing this on live camera because I can never get a bow to work properly. It is spring-like. Yeah. Okay. Let's pray that my bow does not look delinquent. Okay. So all I'm doing is I'm kind of just tightening it and getting the loops the right size that I want for my card. Don't want them too big, don't want them too little. I want them kind of flat, so I'm just playing. And I think that will go perfect, just like that. So I'm gonna get my ribbon scissors down. So I have a pair of scissors that are just for ribbon, just to keep them nice and sharp. And I tie a ribbon so I know that they're my ribbon scissors. And let's just give it a chunk cut there. And all I'm gonna do, I want a little bit of what is this called? My brain. Like a banner on my ribbon. So all I do is I take my ribbon, I fold it in half, and then I cut up along the seam. And that gives me just a little banner. And depending on how deep you do the cut, will be how big your banner is. All right, so which way do I want this to go? I think I want it to go this way. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick some glue dots, if I can find them, on the back of here. So again, if you don't have a take-a-pick tool, you need a take-a-pick tool. This is one of the staples of your craft room. It helps you pick up all the little embellishments, take the tops off of your dimensionals, get glue dots off your finger. Oh boy. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick that right there. Now I need my butterfly, brass butterflies. So this is also, oh no, I got ink on me. This is also part of the mega bundle. Aren't these gorgeous? Love them. Okay, and you can see that I've been using them quite a bit. I had a bit of an accident with mine, but these are self-adhesive. So they do have a little glue dot on the bottom. So I think I'm going to stick one right there. And I'm going to stick one right there. And I'm going to stick one right there. What do you guys think? Do you like it? All right. So this stamp set, this bundle, this suite is gorgeous. It is absolutely stunning. Again, at the beginning, I mentioned our retreat that's coming up. I will put a link to register for that. Registration closes on January 7th. If you register before January 1st, you get an extra ballot for the door prizes. So you do want to sign up. If you already have this stamp set or this bundle, no worries. Just pick another one. If you have a tulip one and you don't want to get this one, which I don't know why you won't want to get this one, because this one is absolutely gorgeous. But if you don't want to get it, no worries. The other timeless tulips or any other flower with a long stem will work for the designs that we have for the stamp kit. And you can pick another stamp set that you want. So just reach out if you want more information. And I can't believe that the next time I do my Wednesday night, it will not be 2021. Can you believe that? So I hope you guys have a very happy new year, and that 2022 is full of health, happiness, lots of stamping, of course, and family and friends. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I will put all the dimensions for this card in the messages below. And have an awesome, awesome night. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye for now.